Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome to the weekly developer stream. Today I have with me the Ninja team. I'm of course Mod James, but do you want to introduce yourselves? Going around, what you do as well. Mod
Hi, I'm Mod Pie, I'm a game engine developer.
I'm Mod AOB, I'm the 3D modeler on the Ninja team.
I'm Mod Ryan and I'm the QA tester for the Ninja team.
I'm Mod Anna, I'm a content developer and I'm head ninja.
I'm Mod Stuo, I'm the animator.
Cool. So you're not the whole of the Ninja team though, are you? How many more members do you have? Just one more?
One.
Just one more.
Just one.
Mod Hunter.
Mod Hunter, and he's
not
not here today, unfortunately.
He hates us.
So we've got a bit of a schedule today. We're going to be going through boss pets, some of your latest projects that aren't out yet. So we've got boss pets, mainly with Mod Ryan, and then also a lot of the kind of assets is done by Mod Stuo and Mod AOB. Yes, I got it. The Wildywyrm, a bit of a comeback with the Wildywyrm with Mod Pie, which is pretty damn cool. Some combat improvements, and then a quick look at Pyramid Plunder and some general ninja requests as well. If you'd like to ask any questions today, you can ask them in the Twitch chat as well as with the Twitter hashtag RSTV, so that's just RSTV, and you can ask those as well. I'll be picking those out throughout and answering them with the relevant content. So the Ninja team, just before we go into boss pets, we're going to go into that straight away, but just before we do, what kind of things do you do as the Ninja team? Do you want to explain what the Ninja team is to those who are out there? I mean, you're a popular team on Reddit. I guess it will go to Anna because you're the lead ninja.
Basically, we do like small fixes to kind of improve the game. So like things like, I'm trying to think of something we've done. Recently we did, you can withdraw presets when your aura's active, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like little things that make the game better. And it's mostly player suggested as well, so even our projects are generally, we try and work with the players a lot when we do them.
I've noticed you do a lot of dev blogs for all your things.
Yeah, because
so
like...
Where did the projects come from? Because you've done quite a few projects, with the most recent being Cathixian Cache.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it, by the way?
Yeah.
Is Cathixian Cache.
That one's like a weird one. That won a poll earlier in the year. So we kind of had to do it.
Okay.
But again, we tried to get like loads of player input and stuff like that. Other projects, like, I don't know if you want to talk about Boss Slayer type stuff.
Yeah, so Boss Slayer, which is now called Soul Reaper. Originally that was just an idea that we had in our spare time. It was like something we heard over the years. Everyone wanted to have to be able to assign bosses. So we started making it in our spare time, and then it turned out that we're going to make it a real project. So we did, which is when we took it to the players with the dev blog and said, this is what we're doing, what do you want? And we worked with them to get where we are now.
Sounds cool. So the one you've got coming up next is the Boss Slayer project. We
Boss
have
Pets.
Sorry, Boss Pets. You threw me off. I'm blaming
It's fine. It's fine.
We have the Boss Pets project, which is a really cool one. A lot of people have been after it since we've had a lot of the pets from you can win from Araxor, the 6 pets from there. But we've got a load of Boss Pets. We have an image to put on screen, which I'm going to look at it and hopefully. We don't have an image to put on screen of Boss Pet. blame Mod Simon for that one. But effectively, all we've done is I've got to go over to Mod Stuo.
Yep, that's me.
What have you done for the boss pets? Just shrunk down the current models?
Not quite. They are obviously shrunk down versions, but we had to trim out a lot of geometry from there because they're so massive. Say Araxor's were, I don't know how massive that one is, but considering we shrunk it down to be about player size, we had to cut it down about 1/10 of the geometry at least. And then when we've got those, then we've had to give them new idle walk run animations, so they actually do run and follow you.
They will actually run, because there was a long period of time where familiars wouldn't run, and then all of a sudden we had the run animations, and then the pack yak would do that kind of like funny run after you. Do the pets have any kind of cool runs after you, or do they just move really quickly?
Well, some of them are so small, in order to keep up with you, they do look a bit funny.
Okay.
But it's better than looking a bit funny running along than them trailing behind, and you're sort of waiting for them to catch up for you. So they've got those, and then they spawn in and out. Each one's got that.
And we have the image now, which we can put on screen. So there we go. That's just one of the images from the dev blog. So pretty cool. That's that's the Calphite King, and then both forms of the Calphite Queen. We're going to be looking. Mod Ryan's going to take us over in game in about 5 minutes. We're going to look at some of the pets. You go, sure. He's got some of them, and then how you get it. As for the Boss Pets project, how did you come up with the idea of it? Where did you find the inspiration to go for Boss Pets?
It was your idea.
Well, so we wanted to do this for a while, and obviously I say we as in I just mean general, like there's not just people at the company. Obviously players always wanted these boss pets, and then in old school they went and did it. It's not that we're copying them, because obviously we both wanted to do it. They just went, we have a bigger release schedule as such. I know theirs is all driven by the players. Our team specifically is driven by the players, but obviously we still have other things we have to tie in. So it basically mainly came from the players originally, and we thought it was about time we put it into game. So that's basically what we did, and we obviously have a few more bosses than they have in old school, which is always the best.
So a load more pets on top of that as well. And what are you going to do for things like Queen Black Dragon pet? Because it doesn't have like legs or feet or...
She's in a portal, isn't she?
Yeah, that was
She
fun.
kind of like, she looks a bit
She's
funny.
sort of like coming out of like a portal in the floor.
Yeah, it's just like her head's like, because you
Yeah,
can't
she
see
kind
her
of does
body.
this. It's a weird like slidey
Yeah.
thing.
Are you going to show us that one? I hope
Yeah, I
you
can
do.
show you.
Okay,
Let's
cool. So go show us that. Do you want to go over some of the design? Because I know you've done a lot of work. That image we just had a minute ago was from the dev blog, and you've done a lot of work with the players, changing the criteria of how you get the pet. Do you want to go through what the final mechanic is, or what the mechanic is you have in place right now?
Yeah, okay. So originally we had the idea that when I first posted the first dev blog, we mentioned how would you want to obtain the pets? Do you want it completely random? Do you want there to be like meta achievements in there, or do you want to? I think it's progression. The more amount of kills you get, the best chance you have. It came down to now it's completely random drop. However, the more kills you have, the better chance you have of getting the pet. We haven't actually told players
Exactly.
what
the
the thresholds are yet,
Okay.
but if you meet the threshold once, I'll say this on stream, then your drop rate gets halved.
Okay.
So if it's 1 in 1,000, it goes straight to 1 in 500. If you meet that threshold again, it goes to essentially 3 in 1,000, which is 1 in 333. So it kind of goes up like that. I can cover that more later on, but for now, it should be the general gist of things.
So we'll come back to some of these. We have a load of Twitch questions. You can ask questions in the Twitch chat. We're going to go into game in a second. So I'm going to send you, Ryan. I'm going to send you off to go and get ready, and then I'm going to come and join you in a second.
Okay, cool.
Shoo, Ryan. Yeah. But while Ryan's getting ready for, while Mod Ryan's getting ready for that, I had a question that people wanted me to ask. They know Mod Anna that you are head of the ninjas, and they wanted me to ask you about, because you're a ninja, will that affect the influence on the direction of the Murky series with the next one, the storyline?
I thought that was going to be a really hard question. Obviously, because I'm like trying to lead the ninja team and stuff, I don't really have time to develop the quest like I would have done like for the last quest. So it's something I've been talking to Mod Osborne about. And I'm probably going to have like design overview of the quest, so it'll still be my story, and basically I'll get to go in and say, no, you've done this wrong, that kind of stuff, which will be cool. And I might need to like write some of the dialogue for the main characters, so it'll still be kind of leading on from the previous quest. It's not going to be like someone else is doing it, but it'll be more of a kind of collaboration.
Okay, fair enough. So you'll be involved basically. So
yeah, like heavily involved.
It won't lose
it's
your
my baby.
your
I'm not
element
like
and
having
your
it taken
storyline.
away. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it looks like Ryan is all good. He's smiling, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that as a yes. So we're going to jump over to Mod Ryan, and then I'm going to come over and join him, and we're going to go through some of the boss pets.
Come sit. I can show you. So, first of all, I should have probably consulted with my team. There is, some people mentioned in the dev blog about a secret pet, because at the bottom there was a post at the bottom, we linked some question marks. I don't know, I'm looking at my team. Did we want to tell them about the secret pet?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to show them? Fine, I can
So
show you.
it was basically, the secret pet was accidentally leaked on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was a pure accident, and as a result,
We're gonna show it.
Anna's given the go-ahead to show the cool pet.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so can I see questions?
Yeah, you can. You can get the chat back as well. Okay, just walk me through the boss pets to begin with. So I'm a player, and I want to go kill some bosses.
Okay.
What will I get? Will I just get the pet straight? If I get super lucky, right?
Okay.
RNG is on my side, and I get super lucky. What will I receive from the boss?
So they're essentially, So essentially, when you kill a boss, it will drop an item similar to how we currently have Vrago, who drops the Ancient Summoning Stone, which is for Vitalis. This is all broadcasts, this loot beams, it's all that sort of stuff. So if you get the drop, all your friends will see, and I believe it also broadcasts to the current world, so everyone else in the world will see. which is interesting when it comes to the Chaos Elemental, because the moment you know someone's in the wilderness, they just got this pet, go straight to the wilderness. But yeah, so as you can see currently here, there's an individual item for each boss.
Do you want to go through what they are? How did you decide, like, there are some bosses that are really a fine line between, you know, is it a boss or is it just a standard NPC, slayer, monster, this, that, or the other? How did you draw that line?
So with Boss Slayer, we had to do the same thing. We had Glaciers. Please say I said that right. If Chris is watching the stream, he's going to complain if I didn't say that correctly.
No, people who say Glaciers, not sure why. Glaciers.
So we had Glaciers and Tormented Demons that players wanted to be bosses. They wanted it on the Soul Reaper tasks. We made those into normal Slayer requirements because I believe it's based on the fact that there's not only one of those, there's like many Tormented Demons, whereas like Grador, there is only one General Grador, so he counts as a boss. So that is the basis behind what there is.
Okay.
Also, in the Beasts tab, which is from Soul Reaper, each of these bosses has a pet now, as far as I'm aware. So Jad already had a pet, which is from Soul Wars. I believe we also have Barrows, which also already has pets. So we haven't been able to do that.
We've been pointed to move over a little bit. So there we go. We've got to shuffle over a little bit. Oh, the interface.
What?
I'm not sure what they're shouting at me. Don't worry, we'll carry on with our demonstration. Someone's asking about Oztrav is asking, can pets be obtained through loot share?
No.
So do you have to do the most damage? Do you have to be the one that gets the drop solo?
This is quite a big topic right now where people are saying, so with Soul Reaper you get a kill based on if you do any damage in the fight.
Yeah.
Now, we've made it so that the drop is based on who does the most damage. They're like normal drops, meaning that it works basically the same as Vitalis from Virago, where in an FFA you can get it, whereas if you loot share, you can't get the drop.
Okay.
That's currently how it falls for these. Yeah. So we have seen some complaints about it's kind of feedback on the basis that there are certain bosses where someone has to play a DPS role, someone has to play a tank role, which is not fair for those players playing the tank. But I mean, you guys can rotate. Like, you don't have to force one person to play tank. Or alternatively, you can just mix it up and have a DPS race. But essentially, yeah, it's dropped on person who does most damage.
Will the pets override as familiars? That comes from Metallic Monkey 93.
Okay, so no. It's not that we don't want them to. We want this a lot, and Stu, who's sitting over there, is probably putting he's quite angry. He was angry this morning because it's something we really want to do, but we just can't right now based on the fact of the animation time is quite large. So obviously if the pet is to override a familiar, it needs an attack anim, a defend anim, and also a special attack animation.
Okay.
And obviously we've introduced 26 new pets. 26 new pets, and I believe that's obviously there's 3 animations for each. Obviously Legions we have the same animations, but we have one animator, and that's a lot of work for one animator.
Full animes there.
Yeah.
A lot.
And unfortunately it's not as easy as us just scaling down animations.
Okay, anyway, so we'll keep coming back to the questions, guys, but I've received this item as a drop, okay? Do you want to go through what some of them are and where they come from?
Okay.
Let's go through some random ones, don't want to spoil them all.
Okay, we'll go with, what's a good one? We'll go with Volcanic Shard.
Okay.
Okay, so Volcanic Shard is from Hurakan, so this is from the fight kiln. So yeah, at the end of the fight, you still get to pick your Onyx or your Cape, but you'll also receive a little message in the chat box that says that whilst fighting him, you found the Volcanic Shard.
Okay.
Essentially, it's just as simple as...
It's still random, it's still like a kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
So it's as simple as you use the item, ta-da. It will say that you've unlocked the pet, it tells you which pet you've unlocked, and then all pets for this update are in the interface, where we add all new pets now. So Shrimpy is the name for our mini Hurakan, courtesy of Anna.
Does every pet have its own little...
Yeah, they all have their
pet
own
name?
special name, as you can see here.
Who was behind the naming of those? Oh, we see Barry. Who's Barry?
Barry is Araxor.
Okay.
So
because of all the other names, of course.
yeah.
Of the other,
So originally, I tried to name some pets, and
in this interface, sorry, is behind the webcam.
that would be why.
There we go.
Great. Okay, so originally I tried to name some pets, and basically they weren't very good. So Anna went and named the rest of the pets.
Hang on, just you named some pets, and basically Anna said no.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. So she changed the names. I believe Chris gave the names for the 2 spiders,
Yeah.
and the Legios came from Mod Jack, I believe, correct me. I think it stands for a small version of the boss, which is why the spelling's different. It's a Latin for it. But yeah, so we're going to quickly cover some pets while we're here. Shrimpy, obviously, is
we get to
Huracan,
see this.
which is pretty cool. He's probably my favourite out of all of them because Mod AOB and Mod Stu had to actually change the way it was because so you see
He doesn't have a like we were talking about the Cream Black Dragon. He doesn't have a base, does he?
Yeah.
Because it comes out
so
of
he's
lava.
in the lava. So yeah, so Alan essentially made the part around the base, and then Stu's obviously animated him to look like he's sliding in the ground, which is pretty cool. There's something to mention actually is with this update we also fixed the pets running into you. So if you walk, your pet will walk now, and if you run, your pet runs. So you no longer have. I believe before all pets used to run, which caused problems when you were walking. They just constantly keep walking into you. But no, that's solved now.
Awesome.
So we can cover the secret pet while we're here.
Yeah, I really want to see this.
Okay.
I saw it the other day, and it's so cool.
So yeah, they were loving the cheat commands. Unlock all pets. Best cheat there is. So we have this beautiful pet known as Mega Ducklings, which isn't just one pet, it's a bunch of ducks. And they only ever walk. So even if you run, they walk because I can't imagine these ducks running as fast as you can. But you guys can have a look. So this was quite a funny one. We wanted to add like a secret type of pet that we weren't originally going to tell people how to unlock it. We just left it as question marks in the dev blog.
I saw the question marks in the dev blog.
Yeah, so it rose questions of, what is this? And
I
just
saw
kept
the bottom
denying
as well.
it.
You wrote note the question marks
Yeah.
at the bottom as well.
So it was just it was a nice thing to add. I'm not going to say how to unlock it, but it's pretty obvious it has something to do with Mega Duck.
Yes, this one was accidentally released on Twitter, so we thought we'd share it today, and it looks, in the words Annabeth, super cute.
Super cute. But yeah, so this isn't as rare as all the other pets. It was more of a nice to have. So I believe I can tell you the drop rate for this. I think it's 1 in 20.
Cool.
So whatever it is that you have to do related to Mega Duck, it's a 1 in 20 chance. So and this is for everyone involved. So if you take part,
So you
I'm basically telling you now. If you
Yeah,
take part in something related to Mega Duck, then you get the pet.
Okay.
But that drop rate's quite common compared to the others.
Okay. Any other? Do you want to show one more pet, and then we'll
Yeah.
head back over and go over some of the questions?
You
can answer them here
Okay.
as well.
So someone asked if the kills that we already currently have, so in this interface, already count towards the my 0
So
kills
you've been
don't.
tracking these since it was prior to the release of the
It was
final
boss layer
title.
boss layer pre-release. We started tracking kills.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the kills that people currently have do count towards the thresholds
So
for better
just,
drop rates.
Just going over that again. So earlier you mentioned if you kill a load of pets, it's RNG.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a kind of a random drop rate. However, if you kill loads, your chance of getting a pet will increase.
Yeah.
So these will count towards increasing your chance.
Yeah, I'll give an example. So for Araxi and Araxor, it's a bit different. You have to have unlocked all 6 current spider pets.
There were some stats on that as well. I can't
Yeah,
remember. I should have wrote this down.
374 people, I believe, had all 6 currently. So that's 374 people on release would have a chance of getting this. And so, yeah, there are some people that have, for instance, like 1,500 Araxi kills. And say, for instance, the threshold is 500. This means they've hit the threshold 3 times. So we are talking a 4 in, say, 1,000 chance. So that's a 1 in 250 chance.
250 chance.
So obviously, the more you do, the better. Reaching the threshold once is definitely worth it because it halves the drop rate. They're on the borderline between. They're basically on the borderline of rare, so they're not stupidly rare, but they're not common. So it's quite a nice line. We're expecting
so you've got to kill a fair few of the bosses you want to get the pet in.
Yeah, we're expecting that no one will have a full set. I originally said in the design 3 months. That may not be true now. It may be a little, maybe 2 months, but the idea behind it is that you won't be able to obviously get all so quickly. And just to answer a question I heard previously, Huracan is obviously a lot less in terms of, it's not like a 1 in 1,000 because that's quite a lot of kills for Huracan, which is like a 30-minute fight.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, we're going to jump back now and we'll answer some more of just a few more of your questions over with the rest of the team. Do you want to show one more before we go?
I need to show you the run for the corporal puppy. Right, this is how he runs. Yes. Sounds like a little dog.
So what was it called, the name of that one?
Corporal Puppy.
The Corporal Puppy.
There it is. Cool.
Oh, that's a really cool And anyway, we're going to quickly jump back, so we'll be right back in about 20 seconds, and we'll answer some more of the questions you've been sending through on the Twitch chat and in Twitter. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're back with the rest of the team, and there's a few more questions just on boss pets that I thought would be cool to have the rest of everyone chip in and answer as well. First one comes in from Twitter about the menagerie. Do you want to go over it?
No. So, yeah, we get this a lot because people are always adding pets. Basically, increasing the menagerie's got a couple of technical issues, both for size, like storage size, because obviously we've got to store that information. And also, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, like the number of pets you have in your POH has technical limitations. And we've basically been told by our lead tech guy that we can't increase it anymore. Like when we did the Dungeoneering update, we increased it. And I got told at that point, he was like, this is the last time I'm letting you do this.
Okay, fair enough. So if I have the pet, will I just be able to store in the bank normally then?
No, so because it's in the interface,
it's in the
it doesn't
interface,
actually use any space, but if you want it in your menagerie, just click the button and it goes straight to your house.
Cool. If I wanted to, could I store the volcanic shard, for example? Could I just keep that?
You can keep the shard, however, assuming this has been tested properly, you shouldn't be able to get more than one. So if it's in your bank, if it's anywhere, you can't get another one. Even if it's on the floor, you won't be able to get another one.
Okay.
Which is a bit stupid anyway, because if you can get two that fast, it's ridiculous. But as well, if you own more than one as well, if you do happen to get it, if you use it, you'll lose the other one, just so people are aware.
So Master Bell has asked, can we get a duck with a wizard hat? I don't know why. Can you get a duck with a wizard hat?
I'm going to say no. These ducks are cute enough as they are. They don't need a wizard hat.
They could all have little hats. Sorry.
And then also, is the Vitalis pet being added to the pet interface?
No pets have been added other than the new ones. We haven't. I'm not going to say like we're going to be doing it, but I know it's far in the future that we would like to move the pets eventually all into the interface.
And then there's another question from me. It's a random one to Anna. Where did you get the inspiration for some of the names then? Or did you just come up with it on the spot, or as a team? Or
sitting staring at my computer for ages.
Okay.
Some of them are really easy, like the corporeal puppy. It's kind of obvious, but like some of them were a bit harder. I got really fed up writing the dialogue for all of them as well. But hopefully it's good.
Do they have the chat dialogue then? Like,
yeah.
Do they come with a chat?
Yeah, they've got like 3 different chat trees each, so should be good.
And then the other cool thing that we should have shown it is that if I examine your pet.
Oh yeah. Okay, so should have showed it. Yeah. If you examine someone else's pet, it'll tell you how many kills they have on that boss, so you'll know how long they had to kill that boss for to get that. So
you can see if they're super lucky, basically.
Yeah.
They're one of those super lucky people. And then finally, yes, to everyone, what's each of your favourite pets?
I like Shrimpy. He's so cute.
Mine's Shrimpy.
There's a Shrimpy as well. Mine has to be the ducks. I think that have a sweet spot for those ducks. They're cool.
Awful puppy has got to be.
The puppy.
It's the little running man.
It's got to be a Raxor and a Raxi, just a massive creepy spider.
I think the ducks.
The ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would make it.
Always fun.
And then why were Ryan's names so bad? Or what was so bad?
I can't even remember what they were. Well, some of them are still there. I think Molly was mine for the mole, but that's not really creative. I was just like, mole,
Some of them
Molly.
are mod ramen as well, and they're just terrible.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're going to move on now from the boss pets. If anyone has any feedback on the boss pets any further, can they give it to you? Or can you still implement things as of now? Where's the best place to give feedback?
Blog?
So dev blog, and that's under the Ninja forum, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you would like to give any feedback to any of the Ninja team members on anything to do with the boss pets, then under the Ninja team forum, to be fair, anything we asked today, you can give feedback on that. And then MG Fog is asking, seagull pet, please, Anna.
No.
No. I'm going to read it now. I have a question here. This is actually from Mod Pie.
It's not from me.
He told me to ask.
It was on the forums.
Why do seagulls not drop feathers? I don't know if I've missed this. I don't know why this is funny.
It's a long-going
John, do you actually like your place in the Ninja team?
Can't believe you dubbed me in it.
Yeah, sorry.
That's not cool, man.
Like you told me to be wary of asking it, so I thought I'd just throw you under the bus. Okay, I guess they're not gonna get that. Regardless, we're now gonna jump onto the Wildywyrm, which is now you don't like me because I've just thrown you under the bus, but we're gonna discuss the Wildywyrm now.
Yeah, that's cool.
We have a picture again, so you can see straight away. But we are gonna be jumping into game in about 5 minutes to show off some cool things with the Wildywyrm and the new items.
Mm-hmm.
And your bodge job of adding items together.
Yeah, my terrible modelling.
I can't wait to show it.
It's so bad.
Simon, do you have the image? So we're going to put the image up now. This is the Wildywyrm, the big one. And the Wildywyrm's been out of the game for a long time. I'm not even 100% sure why it was a
temporary event.
It was a temporary event.
Temporary, yeah.
I remember I nearly lost my chaotic rapier when it came out. Why now to bring them back? Why a project? I saw you made a tweet saying, let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back, yeah. Well,
what was the inspiration?
It was like, it happened an awful lot, like say during the combat beta, people were like, stick the Wildywyrm on, stick the Wildywyrm on. It's like, it's a thing that people constantly ask for. So, some people know this, some people don't. Like, every other Thursday we get to basically do a project that we want to do.
Yeah.
So one of them that I did was, I'm just going to convert the old code from Wildywyrm so it works with the new combat system. And then when I did it, I just tweeted a little bit of it, and it seemed to get quite a lot of hype.
Bit of traction.
Bit of traction, so I thought, well, why not package it up, release it as an update, and everyone seemed really up for it. And
is this where you pitch it to? Do you pitch it to Anna as Ninja team lead? Can we do the Wildywyrm?
Anna was actually away, and I pitched it towards Dean, which is Anna's boss. So I just went over ahead on that one. And he said,
I just came back. I was like, okay.
He said, if you can breed enough hype for it, then we'll release it. So I just basically put up a retweet competition that got quite a lot of retweets.
And then you've gone with some new weapons as well for the Wildywyrm.
Yeah, I thought it was well overdue for a high level whip. Like, everyone loves the whip, but it's just a trash drop now. So
it's been a long time since the whip, and people have moved on. So
yeah, exactly.
Is this your opportunity to kind of, in a way, bring it back?
Kind of bring it back, yeah. But you gotta love whips.
Okay, it's hard to bring back a weapon without making it the next tier of weapon. So how have you gone about making it something that will be worthwhile?
I've made it tier 85, which is quite nice. So it's that kind of tier where you're not going to take it bossing, but you can do it Slayer. Yeah, well, it's a little bit above ports. Yeah. It's like roll crossbow level.
Oh yeah.
But basically, I've used the spec attacks and the passives to kind of push them a little bit more towards what you want.
And we will show off some of the special attacks.
Yeah, some of them are pretty OP, but it's gonna be good.
And then the other thing I wanted to bring up was the Slayer task.
Yeah.
So the Ice Strike one's right now obviously a Slayer task only.
Yeah.
Is that something you want to do with the Wildywyrm as well?
No, what I've gone for this time is something we went for with the Abbey Demons. So you can do it whenever, mostly because I want more people in the wilderness. I don't want people only in there when they're doing the task. So I've given them a nice drop table. I've given them a 100% drop that's basically the ash equivalent of Frost Dragon Bones.
All right, cool.
So that you've always got an incentive to go there, but the weapons are the task only drop.
And finally, before I send you away and get ready to set up, previously there was a load of different locations where a Wildywyrm would spawn. Is that kind of how you're going to go with it again this time?
I've gone for one location so far. If it gets too highly populated, we can look at 2 locations. But right now, I want it. The idea is to create a choke point. It's in the wilderness. You want people to attack each other.
Right, we're going to jump over now, and I'm going to send you off as well, just like Ryan, to prep. Okay. So, while you do that, I'm going to quickly. Oh God, that way. And I'll be joining you in a second. But while you get ready, I'm just going to quickly ask. I did have another question for Anna.
Not one of those ones, I hope.
I'm not waving.
I haven't read those ones yet, but it was to do with when I was discussing what we were going to show today. One of the things you said was getting a concept art for the Wildywyrm.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, just in general, your position on the team. You said you're a content developer. Do you do a lot of artist or some of the concept artwork as well? Is that a hybrid role?
For the Ninja team, yeah. I don't get that much time to do it, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, I do kind of anything we need that Alan asks for. Generally, he doesn't need that much stuff because he's good. But yeah, it's kind of something I enjoy. So when I have time, I get to do it.
Is it just
nice.
the?
Can you wave, please?
Oh my God.
Thank you.
You've been asked to wave.
I'm not a performing monkey.
Have you spent like? Is it just the concept? The concept you do, like the
Yeah, just
preliminary, like
the-
2D
yeah.
art of it. And what kind of things have you done previously that the players will
Oh,
recognise?
God.
Is there anything out there? That,
I did Quercus.
okay.
I'm really proud of him. I like him. What else did I do? I did like
Wishing well.
wishing well.
Loot
I
beams.
think I did the loot beams, but they're a bit sketchy.
Oh, is this the one you did the poll for the choice
yeah,
of a new
yeah,
loot
just
beam?
some sketches,
yeah.
and I did
Vanquisher.
the you
what,
know
what
where
about capes? Did you do the capes?
Capes.
I
You did
did
a co-
the
yeah, you did a
Runefest
few
cape
capes.
last
No, you did
year.
some of the
The
group capes.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
did
yeah,
Group achievement, is it achievement?
Vanquish's outfit from Soul Reaper.
Ah, so you did some.
And I
some
did
really
the,
cool
I'm
art.
proud of this one, I did the area where the challenge person is in Burthorpe. Can't remember her name.
Mistress
I did the
Farah?
mystery.
Yes, Mistress one. Begins with
Farah,
an F,
maybe? Yeah, Farah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Cool. Anyway, we're now ready for Mod Pie. Yeah. And so we're going to jump over to Mod Pie, and I'm going to come and join him, and we're going to go over some cool things with the Wildywyrm.
Right, guys, so as you can see, there's some very suspicious mounds here. If you want to know where this is,
Hello
this,
there.
You at me? This is between East Lava Maze and Rendragon Isle, so it's right next to warbands as well, so it's going to cause some trouble. The reason why we chose this is there's lots of routes in, and it's high level wildy, it's right next to multi-area, you know, it's like a perfect place for you getting in, getting out and sniping. It offers the most amount of gank opportunities, but if you're smart you can get away nice and easily as well.
Where was the nearest lodestone?
Nearest lodestone?
No, lodestone.
I'd say it's the wildy one,
No,
mate.
it was the pillar, the teleport pillar. What are they called? I can't even remember.
The ancient summoning
Yeah.
stones. So
Oh,
probably
there's one in the route.
probably
Rose
next to the
Castle,
moss
yeah.
giants, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's one next to KBD.
Oh, and you got Lava Titan teleport over there.
Yeah.
You can teleport into the deserted keep and run through the gate, which is above the
Yeah.
Red Dragon
There's
Isle.
there's lots of ways
Yeah.
around.
Got some ancient teleports over to the frozen plateau as well.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Cool.
Good.
And so they're going to be just like normal.
Yeah, there's
Normal
going to be like normal
worms.
strike worms at the
Yeah,
moment,
strike
so they're just going to come. I'm going to show you that basically I fought the original Wildywyrm, and I was like, you don't want this as a Slayer task, right?
It's tough, isn't it? That
Yeah,
sounds
he
quite tough.
wrecks main tank. Like
Okay.
main target just gets wrecked. So basically, I made a smaller Slayer version. Don't worry, guys. The original Wildywyrm will appear by the end of this. Don't worry.
So if it's a Slayer version, you can kill it on task or off task, but you'll need the Slayer level. What is the Slayer level? For
The Slayer level's 94.
94.
The original vote that I put up had 93 and 95 on it, but they went, wait, like, the feedback was basically there is Ice Strike Worms at 93, and then there's,
What is it 95? I can't remember.
it's the guy,
Ganodermate Beasts. there we
Ganos,
go.
that's it.
Ganos.
So I put it at 94 to
Fair
just
enough,
kind of
just-
sit it between them, but it's nice and high level as you'd expect it to be. It's better than Ice Strike Worm. So we're not going to wait.
James is a
minute, we're
noob.
gonna
What
put
is this?
it- just a little present for you. But anyway, so I'm going to pop it up and we're going to have a look at some of the attacks. Hopefully I don't get wrecked.
Are you at free? Is that Freezy?
No, it's not freezing.
Ah.
Yeah. So I'm using Ravo because I want to talk at the same time. So you're going to see separate attacks. So this is his magic attack. It's going to hit like a truck. I
So
should
it's
probably
like
put
the
Soul
one
Spit
that's
on.
bouncing around.
There you go. Yes, and that's the range one. Now, yeah. So he's got an attack for each one really. So if I go, this is the range one. So it's going to knock out a projectile and it's going to come back over and hit you.
That one there. Yeah. so
If
range
you
damage.
run whilst it's shooting out, you can avoid it,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. See if we can be bothered. He's got a range one. Ranged attack, which is better. No, it's the ranged attack.
The
He's
range
got a
attack's the
magic
bounce one,
attack.
magic
yeah.
attack.
The magic attack is this,
Okay.
and that deals hits you like a truck, basically.
Can you avoid that in any way, or is that just a straight
No,
up?
that's just gonna eat away at your food. And the last, he's also got a melee attack. So if I get into melee range, he's gonna bite
there you
down
go.
on me and he's gonna hit me. His special attack is he's gonna drag you in, and if you don't pop out, so I'm gonna let him hit me with it, basically.
So it's just like the other strike worms. What they'll do is they'll burrow underground, move under you, and pop up.
It depends on how far you are away. So let's pop up another one. If you're close to him, he's going to drag you on top of him, and then he's going to pop up and he's just going to destroy you. You don't want to be under him, like it's going to hurt. You don't have much time in order to do it. I'm going to deliberately screw it up. It's randomised when he does the special attack, but he'll do it in a second. There you go. He's
So
dragging
he
me
drags you
under, and then pop, and then he's just going to hit me for tons. It's not much fun.
And so if you stand far away, he will come to you rather than pull you into him.
Yeah, so if I stand further away, it's going to do the normal strike worm attack.
Yeah. All right, cool. And you just have to just run
Yeah.
away to avoid him.
Yeah, I don't know what thresholds are, obviously, guys. See, right now he's going to pop under. Well, maybe he's not, but normally he would.
This is in development. So
Yeah.
There we go. We'll cover it.
So first thing I'm going to look at is some drops. The new ashes, the smouldering ashes, they're slightly underneath. They're slightly underneath Frost Dragon Bones. They're going to give you 160 each, and Frost Dragon Bones are 180. But it's going to be awesome.
What about number of charms? So we got charms there.
The charms at the moment, these are still being chosen, but mostly you'll get blues and crims.
Okay.
Because that's what you
And
want,
what, are we looking at one, or are we looking at a few per?
Three.
Three per kill.
3 per. So it's a
Similar
bit.
to like an Iron Dragon.
It's pretty close to Glacials,
Yeah.
basically.
All right. Cool. And then, when's this larger Wildywyrm gonna be coming into town?
At the moment, it's JMod spawned, but I'm looking at making it so that there's a random chance that one of the mounds becomes a much bigger mound.
Okay.
I'm gonna cheat because, well, the big Wildywyrm is big. So we're gonna bring up, these ones are called Wildywyrm, and the original one is called the Wildywyrm.
No, that is much.
He's much bigger.
I guess he hurts a lot more.
Yeah, he's got 1 million health basically because it's around it's based around 10 DPSs doing 100k DPM for killing him in a minute, right? And all of the attacks are very similar to the normal versions. However, they hit a lot harder. A lot of the attacks are based on your current HP. So
I was gonna say, he's hitting you for 13,000.
yeah, a lot of the attacks are based on currnt HP,
And
so
you've
don't
boosted
worry.
yours up.
I boosted mine up to 30k, so don't worry, it doesn't normally hit that much.
But this is more of a group kind of.
Yeah.
Meant for a bit of more.
It's
of a
meant
group.
for a group, yeah. But once again, you know, if you dodge out that, so all of the actual like attacks are souped up. Like all of the magic attack is going to chain between people and slowly count down on how much it hits. There's going to be when he drags people in, it's going to drag everyone in, and everyone's got to come out. When the ranged rocks come out, you're going to have one rock for everybody that's around, so it's going to like everyone's going to get wrecked. And the when it hits the floor, that's going to hit everyone in range, so it's just going to cause chaos, utter chaos.
So I imagine there's a much bigger reward for killing this thing. So
yeah.
well, if we talk about
everyone gets rewards for this.
There's a unique drop. Well, there's unique drops to the Wildywyrm, the one you mentioned before.
Yeah,
the tier 85.
let me just kill this guy.
All right. Sizzling.
Needs to kill that.
Yeah. Let's kill him.
Yo.
See if we get a drop.
We're gonna get a drop. We're not gonna get the drops. We got a super set. Super set OP, man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this stuff.
What kind of a Slayer XP are you looking? Did you balance just in between
Slayer XP
Gano and a Wildywyrm, or a Ice Strike Worm, or is it?
It's going to be more than Ice Strike Worm. Basically,
Because
the
of the
Slayer
time
XP is
technically.
based on the combat level and the health. It's got higher combat level and health than Ice Strike Worm, so it's
yeah.
going to be.
Because
more.
Ice Strike Worms you can kill them very quickly. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're not on task at the moment, so I can't show you, but it's going to be. It's healthy.
Okay.
It's healthy.
So you get a reasonable amount of experience.
Yeah.
I said feedback will be taken in as well.
Yeah, of course. There should be a dev blog for this, just like the boss pets. One thing that is coming back is the Fury Shark. So if you guys
the Fury Shark.
The Fury Shark.
Simon will know. Mod Simon will know all about this. He was the dodgy food dealer with his Goo Goo Jumbos and his Fury Sharks and Baron Shark. There isn't a piece of food in his bank he doesn't have. But
the Fury Shark heals a lot.
this
right?
used to. Did this used to? This going something wrong. This used to heal, but then it would heal on top. In increments, is that what the Fury Shark did?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
do healing over time. It was basically best healing in game.
Okay.
Which is what this is now. So, and it also heals different amounts depending on whether you're not in or out of combat. So it's built around basically making sure that you can, like, say you've just got the kill, you can eat quickly.
Eat quickly, all right. Cool.
Right. So if I eat out of combat, it's going to heal 2,800, which is pretty OP. If I freedom to put myself into combat and eat again, it's going to heal 2,475. So it's still more than.
Still more than
Rocktail Soups, but yeah, it's pretty good.
So that's the Fury Shark. That's
the Fury Shark.
How will I get one Fury Shark if I kill it, or will I get like a nice noted
The
drop?
Fury
of them?
Shark is a separate drop to
Okay.
the rest of the drop table, and you've got roughly a 1 in 30 chance of getting one each time.
Okay.
Also, those who knew about the Fury Shark back in the day, it does prot item for 1 minute. So if you're in there, Wildy...
Oh, protects your item for 1 minute?
Yeah, it's prot item for 1 minute.
Okay, cool. Didn't know that.
And it can't be smited as well. It's pretty awesome. Next, we're going to go into the new weapons, because we're getting on.
How many weapons have we got then?
We've got 3 weapons, right? So you've got... Ignore my rubbish icons, but basically you're going to have a whip attachment, a staff of light attachment, which is called corrupt whip attachment, still in dev, which is going to be like the heart of the Wildywyrm.
Okay, cool.
And then a corrupt shield, which is a teddy bear, but it's actually going to be like the scalp of the Wildywyrm. So
at the minute, this is very early, isn't it? Like this isn't your early project. So at the minute, these like play sort of things, but it's pretty cool to see. So a shield, a whip attachment, and a staff of light attachment.
Yeah. So what the corrupt whip attachment does is it's going to sink some of the massively devalued Slayer items out of the game. So it's going to sink Abyssal Whips, Abyssal Vine Whips, and the actual Whip Vine itself.
Yep. So all those together, and then you add the detachment on top.
Well,
so
you can choose them. They each have different percentages of degrade that they actually give you. So an Abyssal Whip, for instance, is going to give you 20%.
Okay.
Right. So it's just going to sink it out the game, and you're going to get a corrupt whip straight away.
All right. Cool.
But you can also give the vine whip and the actual this. All 3 of them together has given us 8% charge.
Okay,
so it's pretty good.
And so will this charge work like a normal weapon, like a barrows item, for example? Will it just degrade?
No, it'll degrade the same way most items, most high-level items in this degrade, but then you just give it more whips.
You won't give it more, so you just.
But
feed
they're like 100k at the moment, so it's pretty damn
yeah.
cheap at the moment. If you want to see what I did to the whip, I basically just took a normal whip and then.
Or you gave it the fire cape.
I gave it the fire cape thing. So if we.
This is the debug camera.
This is the debug camera, yeah. So I basically gave it all of the textures that are currently on the Wildywyrm.
This is where I'm going to come into play, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this. So we mentioned before that there are weapons that are a higher tier, and so it's got to have something that attracts you to use it.
This is tier 85.
And
so this one's really built about basically melee needing a gap closer.
All right, this is where I'm going to just go slide over here, because I'm stood over here.
I'm going to go into Legacy just because it's easier to test spec attacks in Legacy, guys.
Did I need to do the staff level 0? Was it staff?
Set staff level 0.
Okay,
yeah. You don't want to. I don't want you to be in a J mod and protected.
All right. So now I'm a normal unsuspecting player. What have I done? There we go. I'm a normal unsuspecting player. Stood here happily, minding my own business.
I'm gonna find you now. Oh, there's a white dot. What's that guy doing over there? I can't attack him. I'm using melee. Oh, it's terrible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get him over to me because you know what? I don't like you being over there. And then I can just PK him.
And then I have like a little bit of a stun after that as well. Is that intentional?
What that is, that's a bind during the duration of the grab to stop you from clicking away and being really cheeky. But you're only bound for the duration of the grab. Once you're over, that's it.
Okay, then I can start running away. And then how much special? And that used 55.
That used 55 at the moment.
Okay.
But I can. It was still balancing. But this thing's really, really cheeky.
No.
So
that's unfair.
There's certain stuff, so you could drag someone into multi using this. So that's one point that really needs to be balanced straight away.
Yeah.
But like I've used this to drag someone off of the capture point in Soul Wars.
Oh yeah.
You can just drag them, pull up straight off the middle island in Soul Wars.
We're discussing as well the over the wall.
Over the wall in Castle Wars. You can just grab them and
come over here. So like that's gonna be cool to see.
Yeah, but the original version was that you went to them, but people were like, no, I want Scorpion's attack. I want it now. So I'm like, right, I'll see what I can do.
So this is I see a lot of like I can see some OP in here. One, it's cool, but it's in early stages. It's gonna be balanced.
It's in early stages. It's gonna be balanced,
cool.
But yeah,
the thing
I need
is,
to do something about single multi battle on that.
It's really bringing back the special attack to RuneScape and utilising a weapon for special attack, which I think is really cool. So.
Yeah, it had to be good.
What happens if I use it on like a boss? Like,
you see,
like,
that's
get off my friend.
That's where I get to be Killjoy, I'm afraid. So the reason why I get to do it with players is because players have the same animation rate.
Okay.
But against NPCs currently it just does a long stun because like we'd have to create an animation for dragging every single NPC in the game. That will get quite big.
So it's more like it's a PvP stuff.
It's a PvP thing. I mean, we can look at what we can do with NPCs, but animation wise it might not be all good.
You can see, some of the mods over there.
Yeah, I'm just staring at you. So should we have a look at some of the other ones?
Yeah, so let's have a look
Yeah?
at some of the other weapons. So you've got the Sapphire is the next one.
The Staff of Light, yeah. So we're going to turn this into the Staff of Darkness.
So, and again, we can use Staff of, is it just the Sapphire
Yeah.
Light we can use on
Yeah.
the weapon?
The Staff of
on
Light.
the, what was the item you get as a drop? At the minute?
It's going to be the Heart of the Wildywyrm.
Oh, half the one. So you use
Yeah.
Sapphire Lights on it, gets the charge 20% per Staff of Light? Is that what you got to do?
No,
or-
it's 50% per Staff
50%
of
per
Light.
Staff of
Currently, I've balanced it around the prices.
Alright, cool.
So if I go into debug camera, you get to see my absolutely amazing.
Your graphical work.
Yeah, it's personally, I don't
Okay,
know
we're
why
not-
we have graphics developers anymore, because what you can see is a brilliant
A
piece
work
of.
of art.
It's an absolute work of art. I mean,
So the first time I saw this, you didn't label it. So the Staff of Light was moving and the little attachment was like stood which looked even more
yeah. But basically, this is to start off. This is a level 85 Staff of Light straight up.
Okay.
Right. So it's got the Staff of Light passive. It can cast Slayer Dart, all of that jazz. But the special attack, I've gone for more of a kind of Zamarakian feel to it. So, you know, the Staff of Light protects against melee for a minute.
It's more like a Ceradan.
It does a 50% protection. So
Yeah.
this one instead will protect against all sides, all different types of the combat. It's only going to protect you 25, but it's going to reflect 25%
Or
as
reflect
well.
25
Yeah,
back.
and it's only for 20 seconds because obviously it's against all styles and it's
Yeah.
reflection, etc. So it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. And it's just level 85 staff, which is pretty awesome.
Can we show the special attack? Do you have-
We can do, yeah. So
or
I normally
will
test
it
in
just,
God
is it
Wars.
just hit the ground?
Is- Yeah, you just kind of hit the ground and it's going to do this. And then I don't think I need to
Just
show you
similar,
guys
yeah,
reflects.
reflect.
Like, you know what a reflect looks like.
Okay. And then, so we're going to the final attachment.
Okay.
To the final weapon. At
So-
the minute, it's a teddy bear. This would be the shield and the skull, the head of
Like the scalp
crown-
of him, yeah.
The scalp of the Wildywyrm.
You use dart bow on it and it's going to turn into...
So 3 dart bows to 33% per bow. Alright, cool.
Yeah, it's going to turn into a shield bow. And as you can see, like my absolute perfect like modelling, it's not cutting off his leg, guys. It's just it's not happening, right? But as you can see, I've just kind of stuck a dark bow and a old DFS together. But I think, yeah, awesome.
Fair enough.
It's an update right there.
What will this have in terms of special attack then?
So what I've...
Get yourself some arrows.
Yeah, I'll give myself some arrows. So what I've done for this one...
It's a literal shield bow.
It's a shield bow, like.
So this is
I'm
just
failing
we'll
in
just
myself.
reiterate. This
Yeah.
is John having fun in the development stage. So animation, I guess, or actual item would come later.
Oh, I'm just gonna. Oh, that's why. I've not made myself a mod, have I?
Ah,
I've
that's
unmodded
right.
myself. I wonder why this is not working. So I'm just gonna log out and log back in, guys.
Okay, you can jump over to me over here if you want. While you do that, or
Nah,
should be
it's
alright.
fine.
Okay,
You don't do this in live, guys.
because it won't work.
Dardan knows why. Right.
And we're gonna jump back in.
Any minute now.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe this is why your debug camera wouldn't work as well.
Yeah, I reckon it is.
Alright, so we're gonna get an arrow.
We're going to get some arrows. So what I've done with this one is I really needed to try and sell a shield bow because shield bows immediately are like,
Weak.
oh, shield bow, why would you ever use that, right? So what I've done with this passive is it's going to store damage that comes in.
So damage you take.
Damage you take, yeah. So all the
Store it.
damage you take is getting stored in this thing,
Okay.
right? And we can go back to, no, we're not. So all the damage that you take is getting stored in this thing, and it's getting charged up whilst you're doing attacks.
Yeah.
And then every 5 legacy attacks, or every 15
Hit splats or
no, abilities.
Abilities, okay.
Because they go faster, it's going to unleash 10% of the damage that you've taken.
Okay.
When I was using this at QBD, the passives were hitting somewhere around 2k each. When I was like doing it in P3 Araxor, where you've got like tons of ads shooting at you, etc., the passives were hitting for like 5k. So the passive's pretty good.
What about like so on a players PvP. Have you tried it in PvP? Like what?
It depends. It's up to you to use it tactically, right? So you can hold off that last shot.
Can you hold off the? You hold off the last shot.
You can hold off the last shot and like
on your
charge
on your
it,
50th
yeah.
ability. Wait on your 50th.
Just
ability.
wait, charge it up, and then smack it. The whole idea is the passive is like a spec, like a spike of damage.
Okay.
The special attack, however.
Oh, that's just the passive.
That's just the passive.
Okay.
The special attack is basically when you want to use it, it's going to release a dot onto the player that hits really fast, but that's going to do 12.5% of the damage you've taken. So it's going to do more damage. Yeah, it's going to do
use
more
both at the same time?
No, both clear the damage table. So it's up to you to manage between the passive and the active.
Okay.
So it's like this one's really kind of throwing it out there. Like it's really throwing it at you guys to see just how complex you can really.
It's
like,
a really new idea.
Yeah,
so
like I'm just seeing how well you guys can deal with something a bit more complex. Like this is out of all of them, this is the one I'd like the most amount of feedback on pre-release because like it's a little bit complicated, but
cool. And then so they are the 3 drops you get from.
The attachments to the drops.
Oh yeah, so you get the heart, the scalp, and what was the?
It's going to be one of his horns.
One of his horns.
Yeah.
And then what? Like, can I get it from the boss as well as all the others?
You can get it from the boss, but you still have to be on task.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you have to be on task to get the drop.
Yeah. So you have to be on task to get the attachments.
Okay, so you have to be on task to get the attachments on Slayer task, but if you can get the standard drops, you can kill it and get the standard drops without.
Only the attachments are tradable, not the corrupt wits themselves. But yeah, the idea is that you charge it with out of date Slayer weapons. Okay. So hopefully that'll bring the prices of them up. We can revisit the charge percentages when the prices settle a bit more.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really unique and cool idea. And I noticed we are running out of time. You were going to show us really quickly some combat improvements.
Combat improvements, yeah. So we're gonna switch out this one. No, we're not. We're gonna go into this quickly.
And we're going to show.
We're gonna show what really annoys me about the current ESE combat system. So I'm gonna come out of Revo and I'm gonna go into full manual. And what really annoys me is my abilities that come off of cooldown. I can see that the GCD's finished, but why doesn't it fire?
So straight away, so when a ability comes off cooldown, it doesn't.
You can't instantly fire. Like this really annoyed me. Another thing is, why do I have to do an auto attack before I can actually do abilities again?
Ability again on a
like anyone who's done high level PVM knows that when you switch to someone and you do an ability, you switch back to your previous target. That's really annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, well, especially with the auto as well.
That really annoyed me. So what I did was I went and tried to target that problem. So what I've done is I've made it so when you come off cooldown, you can instantly refire. Like this thing is ridiculously responsive compared to what we currently have in live. You can literally, the second it comes off cooldown, pop straight away.
You can see with the Q there.
Like
boom, straight away.
Straight away,
if I
coming off.
Jump onto another target.
Straight away, you can switch target, instantly do an ability. You're not going to be running back at all. It's straight away. Just I want to attack this guy now. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're doing abilities on this guy. I want to attack this guy. Straight away. Like, this is something I've wanted for ages. Yeah, we're going to release it.
Is this something that you're just working on at the minute? Or?
This is another tap project. This was a tap project between me and me and Mod Days.
Okay, cool.
We both worked on this. And Ninja's basically going to help us QA it and get it released. So you guys can have a really responsive combat system and the combat system that we really wanted to give you to begin with.
That's like, it seems like a small personal project, but it's a pretty serious, change.
It was a lot of, if anyone knows anything about programming, it's a lot of what's called refactoring, so a lot of moving code around so that we can get this to work, because there were safety reasons why we didn't do it before.
Fair enough, that's really cool. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to quickly be right back, and we're going to jump back over to the sofa and just have a chat about some of the other cool things that the Ninja team have been up to. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you, ModPie, for showing us those cool things.
It's all right.
I saw from
I
the chat,
enjoyed it.
a lot of those went down. They're pretty big, especially the whip special attack, and then
Yeah.
combat response in them as well.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving that to you guys.
And I guess you've annoyed Modana because I've thrown you under the bus with the questions. Though. Is she going to let you carry on working on these projects?
Only because it's a good project.
Your work is valued. It gets the go ahead. I have noticed we are running quite close on time. I did have a few random ninja requests for you guys. I'll ask a quick few of them, and then we'll go over kind of where people can put those ninja requests, so they can get feedback to you in the future as well. One that came in from the forums from Kakamile. Can we see an expansion to the keepsake gear? Is that something that come under your kind of team? There's been a lot of new gear released since the keepsake keys, and it hasn't been added to them, so you can't use it on the new gear.
If we get told what gear, then we can probably add it, because it's just adding it to a whitelist. That's pretty much it. I didn't even know there was any gear that's been added that we
Apparently so.
can't keepsake.
Could we extra teleport? Oh, this one comes in. I should read the name from Zidane. Can we get some extra teleports to the player-owned house? You mentioned earlier things in the player-owned house that are technically limiting. Some new portals. There's been a few teleports added since the original portals were released. Could the players get those kind of things?
Probably.
We can look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely something we can look into. I can't promise anything because it's very old code,
Yeah.
but we can definitely look into it.
And also, you guys were in charge of a lot of the skill cape reworks and the 120 capes, I believe.
Yep.
Is there any anything graphically going to happen with the old skill capes? Obviously, the images on the back of the 120 capes look amazing. Is the plan to leave the 99s as they are now, or do you plan on reworking them at any time from a
So
graphical perspective? Or
If you look on the forums, there was a poll for it a while ago, and basically we are doing it. If you look on the forums, there's a big thread where people have been giving feedback on the design for a new skill cape, because obviously it's quite like a touchy subject, like people want it how they want it.
It's quite a nostalgic cape,
Yeah.
quite nostalgic as well.
So I think the stage we're at the moment is they've done a concept, and that's been like refined with player feedback, and it's got to the point, I think, where it's going to be modelled to check for clipping.
Yeah, I think some of the concept work has been done by one of the other conceptors, and I think some of the lead guys or some of the character guys need to just run some tests to see if the capes will work with existing shoulder pads and other weapons that it goes in the back, just to see if everything works before it's handed off to be done full production.
I think there's going to be another poll on it after that as well. Like they want the model to show what it's actually going to look like.
And then
for
you
the
can
poll.
just then they can decide whether they want to go for it.
Yeah.
And one thing I did actually forget that I'm going to really quickly go over was the pyramid plunder rework you guys were kind of working on. More of a graphical thing.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. Mod
AOB.
AOB. One of the hardest mod names to remember. So you've been working on some of the graphical reworks for pyramid plunder. We have some images. We've only got some of the before and after. I'm looking at Simon. He's not even looking at me. Simon, pyramid plunder images. There we go. So they're going to bring up some of the before and after. If you just want to go through them at a leisurely pace, and then mod AOB. Remember that.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through what the plan is, what you're going for? So there's the after.
Yeah, it's just basically making it look more Egyptian than what it currently used to be. It was very dark, the walls were very low to the ground, so they were sort of player head height. So we just increased the height of the walls to make it feel more Egyptian, so it's more sunken and underground. Currently it's very, very bright compared to what the old one is, because this is all still work in production. So this is all still ongoing at the moment. The only thing that I've currently done is I've done all the walls and I've done new sand textures for the floor. The layout and everything is still going to stay exactly the same to what it currently is in game.
Yeah.
So that players that like to just blitz through it and get to the end and get to where they want to go should still be able to do it in exactly the same all the time. It is just a graphical rework.
Just a graphical rework. Is that more of like a personal project to you, just overhauling that? Is something you want to do, or just is it a ninja project?
It was mentioned for me for one thing, for one of the things for me to do, because I'm an environment artist, and one of the main things in the ninja team is always character stuff. So when I first came to the ninja team, I did a couple of capes, which are generally character stuff, and then I did all the boss pets, which are all character stuff. So I wanted to do some environment stuff for myself, basically. So I wanted to be a bit greedy and do some environment work. So Pyramid Plunder came up, so I wanted to do this.
And that looks really cool, and some of the feedback in the chat there was really positive as well. We have run over time, and I don't want to keep you guys, so before we go, is there anything else you want to mention about where we can give ninja feedback, ninja dev blogs, or on a ninja forum? Anywhere else you look or you prefer feedback to be and requests to be?
We try and check everywhere, so Obviously, we've got the Ninja Forum, so post anything you want on there. We also check like Reddit, and we will have a Twitter apart from Mod AOB. So pretty much any of those really is fine.
And then we can post feedback or requests or anything to any of those places for the players as well. I think that's everything. I just want to say a massive thank you to the Ninja team. You showed some really cool stuff, and you put out some really cool content. So thank you very much for coming and showcasing it today. Guys, if you do have any feedback, then you can post it in those places, and then also, say thank you to the Ninja team as well. And hopefully, if they weren't put off too much, then you'll come and join us again in a few months' time. We're also giving out a membership to a random poster on the forums under the future Game Updates RSTV thread. So if you want to post there for questions for next week, we'll give that as well. Haven't chosen it yet, but we'll choose it after the stream and credit that to the deserving player. And then finally, thanks for watching, and please be sure to follow the RuneScape Twitch channel for more content in the future.
Can I plug myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. You can also tweet any of us. It's at JagXPie, at JagXDuo, at JagXAnna, at JagXRyan, and later on it'll be at JagXAOB.
Again, massive thanks, guys, for showing off all the cool stuff.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
See you guys.